Shabbat Shalom. It is nice to see so many of you here this evening with all the snow. No, I'm just kidding. Thank God it's not so cold out anymore. And to see so many online, I know that we have a good handful, double handful online this evening. I want to thank Gary Thompson for everything, but also for setting up this evening. To Dr. Jamie Jocelyn, representing our Board of Trustees, thank you for being a greeter. I want to thank Joyce Liu, and of course, tonight we will have some, I think 2 songs, 2 pieces maybe, or 1. How many is Michelle joining you on?
2.
2 pieces. Michelle Zalkin will be joining Joyce. I want to thank Bonet. I'm sorry your parking spot was taken, sir. We'll get that put up pretty soon. And although we are here to celebrate Shabbat, and that's a big enough reason, we're also here to celebrate that Harper Jertson is being called to Torah tomorrow morning as a bat mitzvah. And we are honored that her grandparents are here, and her parents are here, and her brother, and some of her friends and family, her brothers, and some of her friends and family. So we are going to begin on page 10, again, with the singing of Maya Fehayom. Just raise your hand if you are new here tonight. I think there are 5. Yes. So welcome. It is great to have you here, and I hope that you will see anyone who comes up to you is genuinely interested and welcoming you. The exits, in case, please God, we need them, are behind me, as well as back where Gary is and behind the alcove of remembrance. Please be sure to acknowledge the Miami of St. Pete police on your way out if you didn't acknowledge him on the way in. Again, page 10. Huh?
We're going to just switch to Hine Matov.
We're going to switch to Hine.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
Hine Matov. I'll tell you, not page 10.
I think same page.
Invite up the Jertson and Nobel families to come lead us in the candle lighting and Kiddush. In the congregation, I ask you to turn to page 2, followed by page 5. Henry's far too excited to light the match. 10, and if you'll lift up the Kiddush cup, we will join on page 5. You can give it right to your sister.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom tehillah lemikra'ei kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim ki banu b'chata v'otanu k'kidasha mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon inchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai me'kadesh ha-Shabbat. Amen.
L'chaim. L'chaim, Harper. Oh, okay. Harper, it's wonderful that you're sharing your bat mitzvah with your brother. Oh, it's done. Good job. Thank you, guys. It's just grape juice, dude. Oh, nice. We continue now on page 20 with the singing of Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Lenei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Lenei Shabbat, Nekabela. Verse 1. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Yishmianu el hamichad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, U'shemo tiferet v'litila. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Verse 2. Likrat Shabbat, Lachu v'ne'elcha, Ki mekor ha'bracha, V'rosh mikeres lesucha, Sof ma'aseh v'machshava tehila. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. We rise and face the back. Verse 9. Tam besimcha u'tzola, Tochem unei am segula, Boi kala, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, remain standing as we turn to page 28 for our call to worship with the words of the Baruch Hu. You may be seated. We join together in Hebrew on page 30. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, bechokhmah poteach sha'arim, uvitzvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umisader et hakochavim, b'mishmeratehem barakia kirtsono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, vechoshech mipnei or. Huma'avir yom umevi laila, umavdil bein yom uvein laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. In a moment, we will continue on pages 34 and 35. I would like to invite up Harper to lead us in Shema and Ve'ahavta, and to really extend the love, I'd like to invite up Riven and Nina as well, as they join Harper in leading these words. Again, we are going to begin on pages 34 and 35, and then continue on the following page in a sec. All right. That's right. You're welcome. You can use the mic. Do you know where we are? Please rise.
Israel Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Mahuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
You may be seated if it's your custom. We continue on page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם בניך, ודיברתם בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמן.
We continue on page 39 together in English. Top of the page. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. In a moment, we'll continue on page 40. Mateo, I will not call you up here, but I can tell you last week on my first Shabbat back from our trip, they said, we want to hear from the teens. So that's a fair warning for a week or a few weeks in advance. Mateo Zamoff is in the back. He came with me to Washington, D.C. on that wonderful trip that we have just returned from. So Shabbat Shalom and good to see you. We continue with the singing of Mi Chamocha on page 40.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora Teilot Oseh, Nora Teilot Oseh.
We continue now on page 42. So excited that Michelle will be joining you this Shabbat. Usually she's hidden among many in the choir, but it is wonderful to have you on the mic. We are singing about our gratitude for shelter. So I invite you to follow along and sing along on page 42.
U'Soinu sukat shomecha
Beautiful. We continue with a song based on the reading on page 45. That's some bass.
A thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat has arrived in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night, and eternity honors a day, and eternity honors a day.
Please rise.
Adonai Sfatai, Sfatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagitei.
Page 48.
Adonai Sfatai
Tiftach ufi yagitei latecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu. Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei hakol, vezocher hasdei avot ve'imahot, umevi geula livnei v'neihem, lema'an shemo be'ahava, melech ozer u'mashiach u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham, ve'ezrat Sarah. Page 50.
Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, mekayeh hakol ata rav le'oshia, mashiv haruach u'morid haGashem, mekalkel chaim bechesed, mekayeh hakol berakamin rabim, zohomech noflim verofech oholim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha ba'al gevurot umidom melach, melech memit umekayeh umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata lechayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mekayeh ha'akol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim b'chol yom yahalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el ha'kadosh.
kadosh. You may be seated.
Page 58. Within the Amidah, we are given the opportunity to have prayers of gratitude, and so in our congregation, we share those prayers out loud to remind one another that maybe we missed something that was a pretty big miracle today. So if any of you are grateful for something and you'd like to share it with the congregation, I invite you to raise your hand. Happily, I will call on you and hear all of those words. Yes, Pops. Beautiful. Doug Nobel shared that he's grateful to be bringing in the Sabbath with his family, an extended family, and that he's counting the hours to Harper being called to Torah. And I will tell you that you and Pam set such a high bar for what it means to be a part of a Jewish community, only followed by David and Jenna. And so Henry and Harper and Tyler are very lucky to have your leadership, not just in the kitchen. And I'm not talking to Pam, I'm talking to Doug. So thank you, and we're excited to share with your family. Gideon. Wow. Gideon has so much to share. I'm going to start with the last one. So in 12 days, his mom is having a birthday. I'm going to leave the number out in case they're watching on live stream, but it's a beautiful number. In about a month, Aaron and his wife are going to be in the St. Pete area. And this Torah portion this week, Ki Tisa, was also Hannah Torup's bat mitzvah portion. So there's so much to celebrate. Thank you, Gideon. Terry. Beautiful. So, excuse me. Yes. Terry said she's grateful to be alive and to feel the love when she's here, and she's grateful to be here, and we're glad to have you back. Yes, of course. Yeah, please, hold on 1 second. Nope, go ahead. Yep.
I'm grateful. It's the anniversary of my bat mitzvah.
Wow.
I don't want to say how many years,
That's okay.
but I also want to share readings from North Carolina to Greensboro.
Oh, thank you. So it is the anniversary of her bat mitzvah, and she's not going to divulge. It was 3 years ago. And also coming from Greensboro? Oh, from New York, but hi from Greensboro for me. I love that. It was I was very fond of living there. Thank you. Yes, Ellis.
So I just finished week 3 of my job.
Awesome.
At Middle School, so it's been interesting getting in middle of the year with interesting group of kids, but they're finally getting used to me.
So how many of you remember 8th grade? Raise your hand. And how many of you remember it fondly as an 8th grader? Exactly. So Ellis, and math. Ellis just went into a 8th grade class to teach math mid-year and is in the 3rd week of their job. So bless you. Wonderful. Yes, please.
I'm grateful to be asked to sing tonight. I'm very honored. I'm very grateful for being able to be at services this season.
So Michelle thanked our congregation for asking her to be a singer tonight and to lead us in prayer, and she was happy she was here for the season, and now she is returning back to New York. So take any cold weather lovingly with you and return with anything warm. Thank you, Michelle. Yes, please. Great. So their daughter visited last week, and their son is coming up to visit. And that's pretty wonderful that they want to spend time with you guys. That's awesome. Yes, please.
Well, I went to Israel, plan to do it in June. I have a lot of family there. My sister's children and grandchildren, and my son is in med school there, and married an Israeli woman, and her whole family is there. And I haven't been there in 3 years, and I went there 25 years in a row because I have two of my sister's grandchildren since she is no longer with us. And I'm getting very, very, very happy and excited about it. One other thing, if you don't mind, is that I'm very grateful for this woman who helped me pay my rent tonight online for Progressive because I didn't know what I was doing. You know, I'm in the area. I started with on party lines, you know, when I was a kid, and all of a sudden, you know, I have to take this and I have to put it over there and I have to put it over there and then I have to send it over there. I didn't know what I was doing, and so she stayed on the phone with me for probably about an hour.
Wow.
So I'm so grateful to her.
Great.
I told her that, and I'm sending her lots of angels. I told her.
So I'll start from the end. Grateful for patience, grateful for modern technology even when we're not sure how to use it, and grateful for people who are willing to help us learn new things. And also she is planning on going to Israel in June to see her sister's grandchildren, and your son is over there and lots of people, and she's very excited. And I can tell you what, I would be very excited too. And we're praying for a safe trip and a safe trip home, and obviously safety for your family and friends over there. If you want to go again, we're going in June of 28, so I hope you don't wait this long next time.
Sometimes I take people with me.
Awesome. No competition, though. I'm taking this group. But no, it is wonderful, and I'm so just thrilled for you to be traveling to Israel. It is never, I guess I would say in American terms, it's never safe and it's never unsafe. You go to Israel, and that's the point. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, please, Tyler.
Super thankful to be here more and more with my family. Got to see them in other places of the world, so I'm thankful to be here.
Great. So Harper and Henry's older brother is visiting from Guam and is here without his cutest little baby daughter and wife, but is so excited to be spending time with his family. And I'll tell you, someone who hangs out with your family a lot, they're pretty excited to have you here too. So it's great that you could be here. For all of these moments that we might miss as huge miracles, they are, and we elevate them to prayer by inviting God into them. And so at the bottom of page 58, we say this prayer of gratitude. Please join me. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulcha na'eh lahodot. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Amen. We continue now with the singing of Shalom Rav. Yes? Yes, on page 60, our prayer for peace.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon lecho hashalom. Ki atahu melech Adon lecho hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
As we turn our thoughts to those who are in need of healing, those in our community, those in our lives, and those of us in this room, I was sent a beautiful original piece by someone who asked to remain anonymous, and so I read this for you now. I'm mad, I'm angry, I'm sad, so very sad. My friend is in pain and I can't help. I feel so helpless. I feel selfish for having these feelings and not just being empathetic to her. It's cancer. This nasty disease has claimed so many in my life. I can tell by symptoms that things are not okay. I don't ask questions. I don't need answers to those questions. I just need my friend to know that I am here for her, whatever here is. Sitting, listening, being quiet. I haven't been allowed these privileges yet. My friend suffers and I can't help. The flowers I drop off will speak the unspoken words. I'm here for you. I love you. I miss you. I miss your irrepressible personality. I miss getting lost with you, sharing glances at the Maj table. Let me in, I ask selfishly. I just want to hug you. I don't care how you look, I'm here. I love you and I need you to know this. We think of the following individuals who are in need of healing. Janice Brady, Sarah Gastman, Terry Gilner, Barbara Haskell, Ellis Maldonado, Elliot Scher, Michael Buchholz, Michelle Burnett, Hillary Kavanaugh, Patricia Fawcett, Ron Foster, Jordana Fuller, Deborah Mangini, James Oliff, Jerry Peters, Stephen Rudin, Robert Shipley, Stan Silverberg, Jesse Turden, Marcia Turkin, Reuben Watson, Mark Whites, Matt Whites, and Matthew Sternberg Yee. If there's anyone who you're thinking of and you'd like to say their name out loud or in your heart, I ask that you do so as my hand passes where you are seated.
Barbara Hamilton, Nicole Probesco, Ellen Brown.
With all these names said in our mind and out loud, we turn to page 253 for our prayer for healing Misha Berach.
Yisherach Avotenu V'kor Abraham Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
We take a few moments for silent meditation, and we'll join back together again on page 62 with the singing of Yehiyu Liratzon.
Adonai Turi Vego Ali. Adonai Turi, Adonai Turi. Adonai Turi Vego Ali. Iule Ratzon Imrevi Imrevi Legion Libi Lefanecha. Iule Ratzon Imrevi Imrevi Legion Libi Lefanecha.
This week's Torah portion, which I guess Hannah tore up and Harper know very well, oh, actually you know well as well, is Ki Tisa. This morning, all of you should have gotten the video at 8:30 in the morning, correct? And the three nodding their heads did, so that's good. Ki Tisa talks a lot about the golden calf, and tomorrow Harper will speak on that, so I thought I would talk about something that happens at the very beginning of the Torah portion. At the very beginning, God asks through Moses for every Israelite to contribute a half shekel to the building of the Mishkan, or the tabernacle in the desert. So the Mishkan was the place where the Israelites walked around with, kind of like in the old Hanna-Barbera movies, where there's like a big house on these poles, and it's on their shoulder. Well, not disrespectfully, that's God's dwelling place while we're in the desert. God had super specific directions for what the Mishkan should look like, down to the measurements and the different supplies that are needed. And at the end, God said, have them bring a half shekel. A half shekel, even at that point, was supposed to mean something smaller than just a regular, I guess I'll say, penny. It was supposed to be something that was a great equalizer. Everyone, God thought, would be able to give a half a shekel. A shekel maybe not, but a half of that would allow everyone to participate in the building of the Mishkan. Prior to this, everyone was asked to bring different supplies, different color, crimson, all different kinds of ropes and metals. And yet at this point, it wasn't about what you had other than to contribute. And so I was thinking about how every person has something to contribute. And it's not always tzedakah, it's not always money. And in fact, even in the building of Mishkan, it goes to many a self-help book that say you have time, talent, and treasure that you can give. Anyone ever hear that? Many's heard. Jackie's even telling me. Jackie knows of this. Time. What is giving of your time? What's an example of that? Volunteering. For the two of you who raised your hand, thank you. And the rest are not teachers, so good job. Volunteering. So what is talent? Carpentry. What else? Yeah, expertise, something that you have that maybe others don't, and that's not why you're giving it, but you have something specific. And then what is treasure? Yeah, good. Something that you might love? Absolutely. I love that definition better than what I think was tzedakah in this case, was a tangible gift also. But we're going to come back to that, Gideon, because that really has me thinking. So in this case, God said, I need you to give of your treasure, of your tzedakah, not because God needed it. Did God need money? No, because everyone could give it. So I was thinking that if everyone could contribute something, then who we are and who God made us to be, this equalizing factor allowed everyone to show up the same. It didn't say bring everything you can. It didn't say give more than a half shekel if you're able. It said just bring this. So I want us to think about this notion of just bringing ourselves and that being enough, of just bringing a half shekel and that being enough. At the very beginning of Genesis, the Torah talks in Bereshit that we are B'Tselem Elohim, created in God's image. This week I had a wonderful talk. I think I talked from the Bima more about this than anything else, that I spoke to a non-Jewish person wanting to find out more about Judaism, which ends up being a lot of my job, which I love. And the person said to me, I don't understand. We're not sinners. We're not broken. And I thought, you know what? I hear that a lot. I hear it a lot, and I want to say it a lot to our congregants. In Judaism, no, we are not sinners and we are not broken. We are created exactly how God made us to be. So if you can hear that, if you truly can embody that understanding of what our faith says, being created Kashem Adonai, like God, does not mean that we have all the money in the world, all the power in the world. It means that just like God, we can show up exactly how we are, and that that's not just good enough, that's what's expected, and that that's pretty perfect. Not in perfection meaning shleimut, totalness or wholeness, but perfect in the sense of, I think, what Gideon's talking about, lev, perfect heart, that it's a treasure to God, however God made us, the exact way that we are. Right? Yeah, I could go to the gym about 100,000 times more than I do. And I could be less sarcastic and I could have a much cleaner mouth. God made me this way. You can think about how God made you your ways, right? And sometimes it's different with different people, and the way that you present yourself show up in different ways. You could almost say we have lots of different masks. And with Purim this past week, I was thinking about this notion of how when I was little, and I know my parents were watching with my grandma, my mom made me, and I remember it, a Red Sea costume. It was a large piece of blue material with soft sculpture, fish, and wildlife like sea life in it. And I never wanted to cover my face. In fact, Chuck E. Cheese was terrifying and still is to me. The face covering to me was very frightening because you can't see someone. You really can't. And so I never had a costume that covered my face. And why do I think of this? Because every Purim I saw so many girls, and this is not just a judgment about girls, this was my class specifically, were all princesses. And all the boys were all ninjas. And I was grateful to see this morning at the ECC that that wasn't the divide. It was not gender divided within our costumes of our preschool, but for me growing up it was. And I thought about how I always thought that it was such a shame that we even had to dress up at all. Why was this called Jewish Halloween? That's how I learned it in Middle America, in the Midwest, Jewish Halloween. Halloween's another holiday I never liked. Why are we trying to scare ourselves? But I mean that seriously. But when I looked at the Torah portion this week, and I tell you this very often, may we never return to the Torah portion the same way we've read it in the past. When I look at it this week, on the heels of Purim, I think about God not saying anything other than show up with your half shekel. Don't show up in your best clothes like it's the high holidays. Don't show up talking about who you're connected to or your lineage or your caste. Don't show up with the careers or the school or the degree that you come out of. Just show up. And part of me thought about how all the masks that we wear, whether it's over our faces or any other way, that we truly only show up at B'Tselem Elohim, in God's image, when we take off those masks. But you know what? I think it's pretty hard sometimes to take off those masks, because those masks went on for some reason to probably protect us at a certain time, to probably comfort us, to probably shield maybe something that was behind the mask or something we didn't even know that was there. And part of adulting, and that's what almost all of us are in this room, one in 3 weeks, one tomorrow, and one next year. Part of adulting is realizing that the masks aren't worth it, even if they've worked in the past. That it's time to take off the masks, and that it's terrifying, and that you have people around you who want to see what's under it, and people who love what's under it. Because we can come with a hardcore, we can come with jokes and accents, we can come and hide behind anything we want. But that's not serving God the way God is asking us. That's being something different. So this Purim, we went to pickleball. And I know, Jackie, I saw your unhappy face on Facebook for our pictures. I did, and I understood why. Because we didn't have a traditional Megillah reading. And we didn't come here, and we didn't do karaoke, which to my surprise is not traditional as well. What we did was a little bit different, and pickleball was fun, but what we did after was what I think was so incredible. We sat around, half of the table I had never met before, which in itself is pretty exciting, that people came out that might not have in the past. And we talked about what is it like to live with a mask? And what is it like that this holiday actually was never intended for children? Children don't understand masks the way that we understand it, the way Esther understood hiding her faith. But adults sure do, and we hold on to them for far too long. And so our conversation moved into how can we let go of those masks even when it's scary? It was so interesting to hear some people say, well, I'm not ready yet, or I don't want to, it still serves me in certain ways. And I want you to think about some of the masks that you wear, some of the masks that I wear. It's pretty nice to wear a rabbi mask when you're in a setting that you don't want to interact, the wrong word, want, when you feel uncomfortable interacting with strangers. I'll be very honest, I've said that many times to those closest to me and those far from me. I'm an extremely shy person, but when I wear that mask of rabbi, it's not that I'm inauthentic. I'm not saying any of us are inauthentic in our masks. It gives me a different confidence. It allows me to stand up here with no notes and talk to you, right? But God, is it hard when nobody cares that I'm the rabbi in the room? It's hard when no one cares you're someone's mom. It's hard when no one cares that you're the gender that people thought you were born as. It's hard when you get a divorce, but you were always someone's partner. Sometimes it's just hard to be a human being in this world, and that's all of us. So I'm not saying it's easy to let go of those masks. But you know what? Give a half shekel. What does that look like? Maybe pull it down once in a while. Maybe try one interaction without that mask on. But don't use that as proof that it should stay or not stay. Use that as a ta'am, a taste that maybe when you are truly kasheh Adonai, like God, that you don't need the mask, that you don't need to be protected by what fronts you put up, because you are so good as you are, so good. And the people who love you most have been saying that all along. All along. The people that we like to not listen to because they're invalidating the act that we put up, for the most part, really truly love who we were made to be. So sometimes we have to trust them, and it's not easy. So as we come to the conclusion of building the Mishkan, and God says, all I ask is you show up with this half shekel, this nothing, but show up. I put that out to us this Shabbat. It's going to be scary, and it may take a long time. But we have a lot between who we were meant to be and how we present. And I hope that today is the first day that we try to figure out what it's going to look like to sneak a peek through that mask. Because it's not Purim and it's not Halloween. It's actually all of the other 363 days that matter what's behind the mask. Shabbat Shalom.
This is a song called This Is Home by Sophia Eftiniu. The lyrics are in your supplement, and I invite you to sing with Michelle and I. This is home where I belong. In this breath, in this heart.
Continue now on page 282 in our prayer books. I invite up Shelley Bowden in honor of her brother Robert Dubow's yahrzeit. Please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'tet gedola la'yotzer breshit, shalo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samani kamishpachot hadama, shalo sam chalkenu kahem, vegoralenu kecho hamonam, Va'anaknu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. 287. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol ha'aretz bayom hahu. Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo 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 echad.
You may be seated. Page 289. The light of life is a finite flame. Like the Shabbat candles, life is kindled, it burns, it glows. It is radiant with warmth and with beauty. But soon it fades, its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance and our life burns down in gutters. There is an end to the flames. We see no more and are no more seen. Yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, but also of light and of life. We think of the following individuals who are observing a yahrzeit, a yearly anniversary of their passing. We think of Irene Backer, Bruce Chaimowitz, Margaret Corliss, Mary Dukowski, Florence Dropman, Robert Dubow, Mac Esterson, Jeanette Fleece, David Foreman, Barbara Friedman, Harry Freeman, Ethel Goldner, Hyman Greenstein, Lena Grobard, Elizabeth Henry, Catherine Heiger, Lee Heiger, Ida Hoffman, Max Claren, Ira Kraus, Hortense Lasher, Pauline Lederer, Bernard Leff, Susan Marcus, Bernard Margolis, Daisy Masser, Leon Masser, Gertrude Mendelson, Lucy Mostert, Israel Nuss, Francis Olitsky, Herman Osher, Dorothy Pergrecht, Saul Schaefer, Dwayne Searles, Esther Seidman, Estelle Sekaris, Pamela Siskin, Rose Stern, Jack Tyler, Nancy Unker, and Daniel Weiss. If I mispronounce your loved one's name, I'm sorry. I'll ask that you say it again, as well as any additional names of those you're thinking of for Kaddish.
Lou Kubler, Charles Lee.
Jeannie
And I invite the whole congregation to please rise as we join the mourners in the words of Mourner's Kaddish, page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach cherutei v'amlich malchutei, b'chayachon uvyomechon uv'chayei techol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mivarach Leolam Olmeo Maya. Yitzbarach v'yishtabach v'yitzpoar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithalev v'yithalal. Shemei dekudesha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisroel V'imru. Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisroel V'imru. Amen. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories forever be a lesson and a blessing, and let us say, Amen. You may be seated. I'd like to call up Dr. Jamie Jocelyn to offer some words of welcome from our Board of Trustees. You can follow along in the Shabbat Spotlight.
Shabbat Shalom. So my name's Jamie Jocelyn, also Dr. Jamie Jocelyn, but or some of the students, Dr. J. If you look at your Shabbat Spotlight, I'm going to share a few of our announcements and events that we have going on. But first of all, I would love to thank Joyce for her beautiful music tonight. It's always one of the most best ways to bring in Shabbat is always hearing you sing. So thank you, whether it's from home or from here. And Rabbi Morrison, thank you so much for your words tonight. The mask service gave me a lot to think about, so thank you. So tomorrow morning is a big morning for the Gertzen family. We are so excited for you, Harper, and Mazel Tov, and I know you're going to do an incredible job tomorrow morning. It's open to the entire congregation. Services start at 10 a.m., followed by a luncheon. And then Sunday is the Brotherhood Schmooze at 8:45 in the morning, Sunday school at 9:30, adult Hebrews class at 10 a.m., and for the students that have completed their bar mitzvahs can participate in the unorthodox talks at 10:30 a.m. with Rabbi. Tuesday, March 10th from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. is a bereavement group. And then Wednesday, March 11th, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., TBE goes to camp. It's a parents-only meeting. Sorry, dude, you cannot come. Parents only. Next one. And then if you're a planner, on the back side of your spotlight, there's a bunch of other events happening in April, and so there's a ton of good stuff. Feel free to take this with you so you have the dates at your fingertips. And Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Jamie mentioned the Hebrew class starting at 10 a.m. I do want to let you know you have one more week to still sign up for the Hebrew class. Remember, this is one of the prerequisites to become an adult bar mitzvah. So unless you can place out, and that's really up to Dr. Barancik, then I have nothing to do with it. Then please make sure that you are trying to attend the Hebrew class or to reach out to myself or Rebecca so that we know that you're interested. Another save the date that's not in here is Shavuot of next year, which is the adult bar mitzvah. So June the 12th of 2027. Go ahead and put that in your calendar. The day we receive Torah on Mount Sinai will be the same day that we honor those adults who are choosing to become bar mitzvah. Yes, Gideon. Clearwater. Also, Monday night, right, Gid? Monday night is a fast, what? At 7, right? At 7 p.m. So for anyone who wants to get involved. Mateo, this was the thing I was telling you about, where they bring the politicians on the bima and then you get to have at them. This is not one of those? It's coming up. That's Nehemiah. That'll come up. Oh, getting ready to yell. I'll talk to you about it after. This is the one where you wanted to use all your passion to get mad. This is how we're going to funnel that passion, I promise you. We are going to now rise for the words of Motzi and the singing of Ojavo. I would like to call up Harper and Henry to lead us in those words as we join together.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Thanks, God. Voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat Shalom.
Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Ojavo Shalom Aleinu,
Ojavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Ojavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam, salam, everyone. Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Ojavo Shalom Aleinu, Shabbat Shalom. Please take home any extra oneg food and see if you can find those who are unhoused, who are hungry, to give it to them. And please, 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 especially if you've never met Harper and her family, come join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. as we celebrate our youngest adult with her bat mitzvah. Shabbat Shalom.